Previously on RR Slugger's Time Cruisers Retrospective.
There are also 2 videos from other creators that I would consider to be required viewing before proceeding to the next episode. These 2 videos capture so much of what I think makes this series great. I will link them in the description. Make sure you check them out, because there will be a test later.
And now, the conclusion.
Welcome back, Time Cruisers. I'm your host, RR Slugger, and on this adventure, we are traveling through time with our set 6491 Rocket Racer. No, not that Rocket Racer. Not that Rocket Racer either. Believe it or not, this is the original Rocket Racer, as it predates the LEGO Racer's character by a wide margin. Anyways, diving into the set, you thought I forgot about the test I mentioned last episode, didn't you? Well, I didn't. I hope you studied. Question 1. When Timmy and the Doctor travel back in time to the land of the dinosaurs, what headgear does Timmy wear in order to blend in? Is it A, a pith helmet, B, a top hat, or C, a bunny hood? Question 2. How many seconds can the Rocket Racer remain in the past before returning to the present time? Is it A, 10 seconds, B, 30 seconds, or C, 88 seconds? Please leave your answers in the comments section below. Timmy Time Warp makes his debut here, and will appear in all 4 sets released in 1996. He has his typical attire and ball cap, but aside from that, there are no minifigure accessories included. It's a good thing that the Rocket Racer can only remain in the past for a short time, because without disguises, Timmy would stick out like a sore thumb if he stayed too long. Speaking of the vehicle itself, the Rocket Racer is a 3-wheeled contraption that would definitely warrant being pulled over if it was spotted on a public road. The open flame jets alone would be of particular danger to passerbys. While the front manages to achieve some small measure of sleek, the rear section is an aerodynamic nightmare. An exposed flux capacitor, plates with Technic holes, and propellers that are seemingly faced the wrong way all contribute to what is perhaps the most ambitious play feature in all of Time Cruisers. Admittedly, this is pretty cool. Because of the weight of the propeller assembly, this circular anti-tile makes contact with the rubber tires and spins as they turn. I can't personally recall seeing this building technique used elsewhere, and it's especially impressive given the Rocket Racer's small size and piece count. It's true that much of the vehicle's aesthetic was sacrificed to accommodate for this gimmick, but there's no denying it's a pretty good gimmick. There's even a great place to hang on to the set while playing with it. This is an ergonomic trend that we're going to see continue throughout the series. I don't have any particular modifications for the Rocket Racer, and in general, I'm only going to mention mods in this series when I think they're most valuable. I've done a few set overhauls in the past with this theme, but I have to say that since then I've really come around to the original designs. In a similar vein, there are no official alternate builds for any of the sets in Time Cruisers. This was rather unorthodox for LEGO at the time, and one has to wonder if the need to include intricate mechanisms in these builds was to blame. Nevertheless, the LEGO Mania magazine blessed us with a couple of interesting cross-series combiner models. The one we will be looking at here merges the world of Time Cruisers and the world of Explorians, with both themes having been released in 1996 and sharing a strong focus on exploration. This seems like a natural pairing. The set being combined with Rocket Racer is 6856 Planetary Decoder. The result? Dr. Cyber's latest collaboration, the Jet Racer. This build retains some familiar elements from the Rocket Racer, while still making good use of the new Explorian pieces added into the mix. My favorite techniques used here are located on the front and back of the model. I can't recall seeing this exact method used before, so it's interesting to see the good doctor charting new territory here. Looking past some of the illegal building strategies that are so common in these magazine models, there are a few other noticeable points of fragility, largely due to the Explorian parts. Brittle design is not uncommon at all in Explorian sets, so it seems only natural that it would manifest here as well. What I find ironic is the common story that floats around the internet. Time Cruiser sets are always falling apart. Yet, my experience with collecting these two themes makes me believe it to be far more true about Explorians, not the other way around. I know virtually all 90s sets would not meet TLG's current quality standards, but I believe this to be especially true here. Without turning this into too much of an Explorians review, I feel that many of the sets are of subpar construction, despite my love for the minifigures and overall message of the series. With that being said, Jet Racer is still an interesting combination model, and it represents an ongoing collaborative effort between Dr. Cyber and the Explorians. The Rocket Racer is a nice little feat of LEGO engineering, but it is far from quintessential Time Cruisers. It's impressive what was accomplished in such a tiny set, but I don't recommend this as your first foray into the series. It makes for a nice companion piece, but not much more. I've been your host, R.R. Slugger, and time flies when you're having fun.